watch your favorite radio shows all in one place. From Golick and Wingo.
Oh, yeah.
To the Dan Levitard Show with Stugotz.
All right, I'm available every day, thanks.
To the Stephen A. Smith Show.
I just don't understand this guy.
To the Will Kane Show.
It's my job to tell the truth.
From morning to night, the best of ESPN Radio is now available on ESPN News.
Hello, sports fans. Miles Bentley here, General Manager at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Pensacola. Growing up, I always loved sports. Nothing but net, out of the park, through the uprights. Sink the puck Bentley, that was me. But my love of the game couldn't beat my love for Pensacola and helping folks get on the road of dreams in a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Sure, I never went to the big leagues in sport, but we're all pro here at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Proud to be in Pensacola.
You're listening to Pensacola's local and ESPN sports station. Your favorite ESPN radio shows, plus high school and UWF Argo football. ESPN Pensacola 1330. Football is here. Catch all the UWF Argos games and the big NFL games every Saturday and Sunday on Pensacola's home for hometown sports. ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM 99.1 FM. If you would like to be a part of ESPN Pensacola as a sponsor or promotional partner, just give us a call at 262-6000 or visit our website at ESPNpensacola.com.
ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM, WEBY, Milton, Pensacola.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Coming up on the Sports Drive, we're going to break down a little of the NFL playoffs. That's right, and why? Myself and JP will not be watching the Tennessee-New England game in the same room.
Emmitt Smith has just become the NFL's all-time leading rusher. Across the middle, it is caught for the first. It's Baldwin shaking free and sprinting down the sideline for the touchdown, his third of the day. Doug Baldwin.
Derek Brooks, who ran back 3 interceptions for touchdowns in the regular season, does it to cement the Super Bowl.
Boxing's elite, the new WBA heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
Both been beaten. The result has come up on screens that Gatlin's taken it. Goodness me, it was a blue American vest, 992 the Gatlin, 992 by the American champion to take gold.
Another Watson is wearing a green jacket at Augusta. And this time, his name is Bubba.
Scores on a 34-yard touchdown run by the Doak Walker Award winner, Trick Richardson, who broke a lot of Emmitt Smith's records back in Pensacola, Florida.
And welcome into the Sports Drive right here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. I am Chad Brilliante. Glad to be with you here as always, alongside for the week, the enemy, JP, as he is. Congratulations to your Oregon Ducks. Not in basketball last night. You lost to Colorado. But to your Oregon Ducks for beating Wisconsin. Big game in the Rose Bowl. Now that's where we draw the line. Because this week with the Tennessee Titans, you know, I hope. I was talking today to Coach K, and I was hoping that there's some kind of silver lining within why we lost to Miami. Like, maybe Bill Belichick knew there would be a shot where now everybody goes in the playoffs going, ha ha, and thinking that the team's going to lose by a bunch, and then that's when we come up and, get to them with all those D-grade sci-fi actor receivers out there on the practice squad. That's when we're coming. Here we come, boys. But then I realized that that's all probably a load of crap, and that we're probably going to lose this game. But you guys have Ryan Tannehill. So if Ryan Tannehill is going to get paid and add a couple extra zeros to his paycheck, he has a shot to do that this week. Because if you go to New England in the cold weather of January and get out there and win a game, then yes, you're probably going to make some cash, even if you got released by the Miami Dolphins. JP joining us across the way, and hope you're having as good of a day as Christian McCaffrey today. All-pro at 2 positions. Does that really count, though? I mean, should that count, though?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The way he does it, yeah. He is, I mean,
but, like, what if you had a really good guy as, like, a linebacker who led the league in sacks and also led the league in interceptions? Should he be a cornerback and defensive end on the Pro Bowl team?
Could be, yeah.
I mean, that wasn't.
If he leads the league in both of those, I mean, just, yeah, I could see it. Why not?
Yeah, well, somebody has to catch the ball in Carolina. You know, and DJ Moore can make some plays, but Greg Olsen, 70. Let's talk about some of the stories today. Joe Moorhead, not excited about Moorhead this morning as people woke up in Starkville wanting to ring some cowbell for the Fordham guy from New York. Yo! But 14-12 not cutting it. Now, this is where I want to say, look, I'm not a... Another pop-up, by the way. Just
of course.
This is off-the-air conversation. But the Mississippi State Bulldogs are a team that Dan Mullen set the expectations too high. Like, we need to go back to Jackie Sherrill castrating a bull. Like, let's start thinking of those. Mississippi State. That's a horrible image, too, on a Friday. Like, somebody's getting off work, like, Friday, going down, like, getting Mardi Gras going tomorrow. We're all pumped. And then I'm like, let's talk about castrating a bull real quick. So, Jackie Sherrill and that team, yeah, they had a little success. But then Dan Mullen came around and a little later, down the road, and started winning some football games. And now, all of a sudden, people think they're a 9-3, 8-4 team. Not so fast. Where they're pretty much making a bowl game is where Mississippi State has been. And I think for people that think otherwise, you're probably living in a fake Mississippi State bubble. So Joe Moorhead didn't do an exceptional job, but he was working with some really clown quarterbacks for the college football level. I mean, these guys were highly recruited. It could kick my tail in. But for a college level in the SEC, not good. Not good. And they go out there, and after Fitzgerald ends up going to the NFL, didn't ever play and never really did anything. But Fitzgerald's gone. Then Stevens comes in. All the guys that it was just bad. And they finished the season 6-7 after the loss. But they were 8-5 last year, 14-12 overall. 0-2 in bowls isn't good. But Joe Moorhead, I mean, I don't think they're not going to, especially at this point in the game, that they're so far beyond at this point. And it had a lot to do with a lot of people were saying about the violations and some of the things. It wasn't just about the football. But I just, first off, I think this is one of those mutual partings where everybody else saw it coming. And it's sort of probably best for long term. Like, Joe's not a Southern guy. This guy from up in New York, from Fordham, he looks like it.
Say it.
Fordham.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So he gets out there and, you know, he doesn't really fit the system down here. He doesn't fit the, you know.
This,
he doesn't fit the,
I can get behind this
he
now.
doesn't fit the, you know,
Feel like he ain't.
He's not the guy.
Get him out of here.
He's not the guy. He's not the guy. So then you get a guy in there, like the next guy coming into Starkville, they need to go like total Jerry Glanville. Like total, like cowboy, big boot, like the strap up on the side. Like that cop that pulls you over. Always, the second he gets out of the car, he puts that belt buckle up. Little dip, spit. Coming at you right there. You know there's no getting a warning on this day. Like, this is the moment right here where they need that guy. There's no more warning. You fake pee on their field, you're done. You're done.
Get him out of here.
You're a rotten egg. Get out of here. So, Joe Moorhead, it wasn't the guy. But Mississippi State, they're not going to be able to find their guy overnight either. You know, that's the thing is, like, people that think that Mississippi State's going to get, like, Lane Kiffin was a good hire for Ole Miss.
They waited way too long.
Yeah.
I mean, you either pull the trigger after the year is over, or you don't pull the trigger until next year, because at this point, it's going to be tough. I mean,
yeah.
You committed to him after the Egg Bowl, though. And his comments of, you're going to have to drag my Yankee you-know-what
Yeah,
out of here.
That was the funniest part. Don't you love that? And then what we say the next day, we're like, Joe, it might not be up to you. You know, that kind of, like, wait a second. You know, the guy that's sitting up there like, I am not letting you do this. You are not going to do this to me. Be like, no, we are. You're fired. Like, he's not in control here. He doesn't have the accolades. He hasn't been a puppet of Jerry Jones for 10 years. He's not at that level yet.
But this is my problem with firing now. I mean, of course, it's too late. But when you read the articles and everything about it, if he lost to Ole Miss, they were going to fire him.
Yeah.
To me, I'm sorry, that's pointless. Like, you can see the writing on the wall. You know before the Ole Miss game if he is your guy or if he's not your guy. A win-loss like that against a team like Ole Miss, it's not like Ole Miss is a world beater. But a team like Ole Miss, like, that shouldn't decide it. I know that's like your Alabama Auburn to them, and that's fine. Everybody has that. I mean, look, I have Oregon State, and nobody cares about that. But it shouldn't have come down to, oh, well, if he loses this,
Apologize
he's
to
gone.
the folks in Corvallis, but yeah.
I'm not apologizing to them.
Yeah,
Forget about it. Forget about it.
Corvallis, that's what they say.
Forget about it.
Corvallis.
But they're saying the reason he was fired is because the way the team played in the Music City Bowl, which, what did you expect? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but how did you think that was going to play out? And then Garrett Schrader gets punched in the eye, has to go to the hospital, and can't play in the game because of a team altercation, a fight that these guys had. Like, that's what did it? That's what set you over the edge? Like, look, we saw this Mississippi State thing throughout the year. We saw that this was not working out so far. So for me, for them to say, well, he was going to be fired if he lost the Egg Bowl, that's bullcrap. Then you're stupid. Like, what? You don't do that just from one game. You don't make a rash decision like that based on one game. Oh, well, you know what? He won the Egg Bowl, so good. He gets to stay another year. What about the rest of your season? What it can be if you have a coach in there that can build futures there, can build a program. I don't like the
First off, the whole
thing.
Garrett Schrader thing with the eye, little disappointed. My great-grandfather was a shop teacher, lost both his eyes in the war. He was a shop teacher at a middle school, lost both his eyes. Showed up every day to work. Showed up for the kids. He was there every day.
Could he see his blind side, though?
Thank God there wasn't too many insurance policies back there. But all I'm saying is sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet. And looking like a pirate could have gone over well with the ladies.
It's true.
Just saying, he could have really
he had the
taken
beard
off.
too.
Look, if he would have imagine this end zone celebration. He takes off the helmet. He's got the patch on, and he just goes "Arr!" again, like he calls to, and a parrot comes and flies on his finger right there for the touchdown. Clearly 15 yards. But
well worth it.
Well worth every minute of that. That would have been the highlight of Mississippi State versus Louisville. I mean, like this game, famous Idaho, famous. Are they going to just have to call this the Idaho Potato Bowl now? Famous Idaho Potato Bowl? Not today.
With that beard,
Yeah,
he'd
that
be the
beard.
perfect pirate.
He is a pirate.
That's what I'm saying.
He looks like the Paw Patrol pirate, the guy named Sid. I watched it yesterday with Leighton. Yeah, that's the guy right there.
Look, we're going to watch it anyway, whether it was with Leighton or not.
That's right. That's true. I do have it DVR'd. And Bubble Guppies do. She doesn't even know that show exists, but got it DVR'd. But looking at the, all right, Nevada Wolfpack on the board again. 30-15 right now on the Smurf turf. Like, I don't understand why, even if you are agreeing with Ohio Bobcats, Bill Bender, who joins us from Sporting News all the time, we always talk in our off-the-air conversations about Ohio and UCF nobody else cares about. But, you got to stick together, the brethren of the smaller conferences. So, Ohio, though, today, I would have been, making the announcement before the game, check out our new blue uniforms we have. Yeah, we're going back retro, like when the Miami Heat were, those light blue uniforms with it, and you're like, who is this? I don't know who this. Green Bay Packers, you end up wearing those ones that aren't even, they're not even the same color. Yeah,
the blue and the whatever. Yeah,
some of these teams, you don't even know who they are by the end of the day. And yeah, everybody. I would have been straight blue on top. Was it really?
Yeah,
that's pretty sad. This game is that's been about this game. How about the Tennessee Vols last night? Getting it done. Congratulations, setting a record. This stat was, in one way, very exciting. If you're a Tennessee Vols fan, very depressing for the state of college football in 2019. Did you know that teams down by 13 points or more with 5 minutes to go entering that final game were 0-471? Now, this is not one of these kind of crazy Frank
I did
Reich.
not know that.
That's pretty depressing for like the state of. You'd think there'd be
insane.
one. That is insane. Like as football fans, you're sitting like there was not one team that rallied behind one of those Rudy moments this year. Like, come on, guys, we got this. Like even the Tennessee game, they could have probably scored another touchdown. It wasn't a final second. There was actually like 3 drives, even punts in between. They were just moving the ball quick. But not one time this year. 0 and 471 in FBS football when teams were up by 13 points or more with 5 minutes to go in the game.
And Tennessee is the team.
That's
that
the team.
breaks
So
that.
they're a record setter right there.
That's a heck of a little ditty you got there.
That is a huge ditty, but a lot of sports bureau don't give me credit for it.
I'm giving you credit.
But that was one of those real, like, bam, right in your face. But if anything, like I said, it's good for Tennessee, but it's a little depressing when you think about that because, like, you think that somebody that we don't know of, like there was a Kent State Golden Flash versus, like, Eastern Michigan, the Fighting Sabins versus Eastern Michigan, and they go out there and you'd think one of those games would have one of those moments.
And that's this year, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's one of those things that you said. So it never happened this year. Never.
No.
Not once.
No.
And Tennessee is the team.
13 points. It's not even like, they didn't go with 14.
My rabbit
they didn't
was
give
happy.
you the hook, 14 and a half. Like, none of it.
Told you my rabbit saw the comeback.
Yeah, I saw that. He was getting his sprints out for the South Dakota State basketball game.
He's actually going to try to play receiver for the Patriots.
There you go. Most college football wins of the last decade. You want to take a OJ at this one?
Yikes.
Would you like to take a?
Would I like to OJ this? Oklahoma.
Not bad. Not bad right there, checking at number 4.
That's depressing.
If you ain't first, you're last. Alabama. Were you trying to decoy around? How could you not take Alabama one? I mean, sorry, but this was like my math problem yesterday. When you asked me, I still am thinking, I like last night, that's all I could think about the rest of the day. Because I am, at math, I am very good.
So what's the top 5 here? Who's the top 5? I'm interested.
9 times 11, man. I can't believe I said 101 on that. No. I was like, wait a second. It was a tired day. I went back like all day. I'm like 99. I was walking around.
You see it everywhere.
So how you didn't pick Alabama there is at that level. But 123. No, it's not. That was horrible math. Ohio State checking at number 2. Clemson tied for number 2 at 117. Oklahoma 14 behind Alabama at number 4. Boise State checking in
at number 5. I knew a team like that would be there.
LSU checking at number 6.
Go Tigers.
Tied at number 6. Wisconsin. Number 8. Oregon. 7 gets there. And tied for Oregon number 8 at 100. Nice 100 right there, the century mark. That's, look, over 10 years, 100 wins, average of 5 wins a year. No, I'm just joking. I was just messing with the math. Obviously, 9, right? Georgia at number 9 with 99 wins, and then Stanford with 98 wins. So there you go.
Look at Stanford.
If it was the last,
poor Stanford this year.
If it was a slash decade, like 5 years, my nights, man. I'm just saying. The other years were hideous. We were like 0-11, so there was no middle ground. It was 0-11 to like 11-0. But yes, that is where it is. Do you know who has the best winning percentage so far in the bowl season so far?
What conference?
Yes, what conference?
Give me the American.
Let's type that up for the SEC right there.
Okay.
We talked about that, though. They had some good matchups.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Kentucky.
The way you brought that up, I figured that was an easy stab at the American, or an easy OJ at the American.
It was. Whoa. Come
Sorry.
on. Family show here. But SEC football so far, we knew they had good matchups. Actually, one of the losses was Auburn against Minnesota, and we expected Auburn to win that.
Mississippi State.
But look, Florida was going to beat Virginia. Alabama was going to beat Michigan. LSU was going to win, and they're going to add to that probably. You have Arkansas next. Sorry, Texas A&M.
You don't.
We expected to go ahead and win that game. It was going to be close, but Mike Gundy's a man. He's 53. He's got a mullet, but he's not top level. So overall, I'm not shocked by this at all. It's all about matchups and situations like that. So good season so far overall. By the way, Daniel Schneider would like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Did you see that, by the way? Is that happy?
That was clever. What he did.
I think it's clever.
Because Rivera got fired right there after, right before Thanksgiving. So it was like a happy Thanksgiving.
Was it? Or
that's what I believe. Sure. Okay, listen. I think it is. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because what
a couple
in the
leftists
world?
that were thinking it was that Rivera should be offended being 25% native. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that. Just kidding. I just started that. I'm like stirring the pot already. Yeah.
Great. You just started something else.
We should be mad. He shouldn't get mad at that. I think he meant to say Happy New Year's, and he's an idiot. Well, he's not.
Well,
he made $1 billion. So I keep on. We keep
just
throwing.
because you make a lot of money.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Between him and Jerry Jones, there's been a lot of mockery of guys that have made like $1 billion. So more than $1 billion, multi-billions. So I'm not going to judge that. No, that's not true about being an idiot and making $1 billion. Those words were thrown out in anger there. But no, JP, you can't be a complete idiot and make $1 billion.
That's true.
Unless
but you can still be an idiot. And make
unless Publisher Clears House drops off a check, something like that. You don't get to that point because maybe you make some rash decisions. But this guy made Post-its. If you're pointing right now at the Nevada and Ohio Bobcat game,
pointing at the hit the quarterback just took, like he got obliterated. Yeah,
he's got a Nevada offensive line behind him.
No, that's the Ohio offensive line.
Well, I'm not watching this game because
that was the highlight. He got destroyed.
Steve Gleason to get the Congressional Gold Medal. That's deserved right there.
Yeah,
that's awesome. He's awesome. Steve Gleason's awesome. Let's go ahead and go to break. When we come back, we'll talk some more on the games coming up here. NFL playoffs, a big week ahead. 2 games on Saturday in the AFC and 2 games on Sunday as the Saints get ready for a big game against Minnesota. Little revenge. Stephon Diggs, you better watch it back. Go Saints.
Paul Feinbaum here for the Southeast leader for cranes and equipment rental, Craneworks. The Craneworks team in Nashville, Birmingham, and Mobile is ready to make your next construction or maintenance project a big success. Give Craneworks a call for your next lift, machinery moving, or rigging project. And don't forget, RentalWorks has a full line of rental equipment for jobs both big and small, and now offering qualified operators for all equipment, including aerial and earth-moving equipment. Call Craneworks at 877-282-LIFT or visit them on the web at craneworks.com.
Bowling is a sport that will last you a lifetime, and at Cordova Lanes on Airport Boulevard, every night there is something exciting happening. Like on Tuesday and Thursday, it's penny a pin. Bowl 100, pay $1. Or how about starting your weekend off right by reserving a lane for just $25 at Moonlight Bowling. Enjoy a fresh-made pizza and the lowest pitcher prices in Pensacola. So what are you waiting for? It's time to roll your way into Cordova Lanes and experience fun like never before.
Owner-operator truck drivers, how will your business do in 2020? Secure your future by leasing on with Schneider, freight your business can rely on. Schneider has a proven, diverse load board and an unmatched pick-your-freight model. Ultimate reliability, choice, and freedom. Van, truckload, tanker, and port dray leases available, plus truck financing. Search lease options near you and upgrade to peace of mind today at SchneiderOwnerOperators.com. That's SchneiderOwnerOperators.com.
I'm Bridget Brooks, president of Impact 100 Pensacola Bay Area, a women's philanthropic organization. Since 2004, Impact 100 has awarded 109 transformative grants totaling over $11.5 million, with 100% benefiting our community. Ladies, if you are interested in joining our community-focused group, please join us at one of our upcoming Meet and Mingle membership events. For details on upcoming events, visit impact100pensacola.org.
ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Pensacola's home to hometown sports, covering the biggest high school games. UWF football, catching every game of the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. Plus, local sports commentary with the Sports Drive with Chad Brillante. And weekend sports talk with Davis Allen and Justin Patrick on the Sports Call. We are local. We are ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
Hi, this is Curtis Stone. You name a dish and I've prepared it thousands of times. But even I can't cook enough to feed all of the 17 million kids in America who are struggling with hunger. That's where the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks comes in. They gather surplus food to give hope to hungry kids and their families. We call them food angels, and you can be one too. Earn your wings at feedingamerica.org.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
The Paul Feinbaum Show.
Everything you wanted to happen hasn't happened.
Oh my gosh, that's all any of y'all want to talk about is Alabama.
You're really not understanding the conversation, but anyway, we can move on.
Alabama's dynasty has just begun.
Hold on a second, Charles. Somebody wants to talk to you.
I don't want to talk that compelling moron.
He's nothing but a lame-head old man.
2 till 5 every weekday afternoon. ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
You out of your freaking mind, cowturd.
You're listening to Pensacola's home for hometown sports. ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM 99.1 FM.
Baby, are you down, 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 down? Even if the sky is falling down, down.
And welcome back. This is the worst version, I'll keep it going, of singing to Joe Moorhead today when he's leaving the office. Think about that. Baby, are you down, down, down? Like, this is not, like, with the beat. Imagine dancing. He's got, like, a little cheerleading group in front of him. Baby, are you down, down, down? Losing control here. Pack your bags and get out of Stockville.
Get your Yankee ad.
6 and 7 losing to Louisville.
Look at you.
Baby, you worry. Nobody wants to hurry to find another job. All right, here we go. So let's go back to no more Joe Moorhead rapping right there forever. Based on that, sometimes you need an inspirational speech in sports. And, you know, we always talk about, like, the movie Rudy. Think about it if you, well, you don't always think about it, but if you have a horror movie and they took the music out, it's just like a lot of scenes in the woods. It's like you camping. So sometimes, you know, the music can motivate you, like 300, or one of those movies where all of a sudden, like the Clash of the Titans, like you're walking into battle, dun 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 dun, like one of those Eminem rocking songs without him singing. Lose yourself, and like all of a sudden, you can get motivated and pumped up. At the gym, there's a reason people listen to, you know, don't listen to Celine Dion. But this, Mike Norvell, for FSU, little music behind his speech. Here's the ditty for you.
Seminoles, all the former players, to the lettermen, I thank you for what you've done. To the former coaches, the work that you put into this program to build an incredible foundation to one of the greatest football programs in the United States of America, I say thank you. We are going to do something special here because of the work that you've done. To the current players, first thing I did when I got off that plane, I'm sorry I did not rush to come see you. I went to go see them. I thank the coaches for bringing them here, and I thank those players for choosing to be Florida State Seminoles. And as I told them a few minutes ago, they chose to come here, and I chose to be with them. And they are now my players. They are now our future. And I'm so very excited about standing side by side with them.
I mean, it's so motivated. You know, want me to cut him off right there. But I love that one line, though. And I chose to be your man. Well, so did like $5 million a year. Yeah. That's sort of what you. But sometimes we talk about those motivational moments. But imagine if it was the reverse. Or maybe my brain is the only one that thinks like this. Probably.
No, I'm with you.
But imagine those moments where you want to get pumped or a cheerful mood, like Christmas. 94.5, we had our Christmas music. Now we got Baby Shark rocking over there on WICT 94.5. And I remember, you know, listen to that, and you get in the holiday spirit. There's a reason before you hit up there and, oh, yeah, getting ready to go. Yeah.
All right.
So this is what it might sound like with the music that doesn't really go with some of these speeches and rants. Here you go.
That's like shit through a tin horn, man. We got the worst group of seniors right now that I've ever been associated with.
Playoffs? Talk about playoffs?
Marcus was absolutely awful. That's about as PG rated as I can say it. He was awful.
Remember, who's paying for the ball? Mexico! Yeah, Mexico!
when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
I wish one of your guys had children if I could kick them in the head or stomp on their testicles so you could feel my pain, because that's the pain I have, waking up every...
Spring break in the ghetto.
Check that. Chris Everett, good to have you on the show.
You know what? If you call me Chris Everett to my face one more time...
I already did it twice.
You better, if you call it one more time, we better take a station break. You possibly won't say it again. I said I did.
No, man, I'm pissed. All y'all take this down. I'm pissed, man. We don't care about nobody except it's you. We don't.
Come on, we look like the damn bad news bears.
I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take it serious. Real serious. I put my heart and soul into it every single week.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
The Bears are what we thought they were. My God. They're what we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown them. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
That's how I feel. Damn sick and tired of getting all rebounded.
Well, how the hell you know they're going to get to play? I mean, what makes you think that you can just assume that they're going to get to play?
Michael Bradley, the U.S. does not need you to be zen. The U.S. needs you to play better.
There you go, right there. Just a little clip of, some classic of what it might sound like.
That's great.
With, cheer you up for those moods, those bad moods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you know
got
somebody's
a lot
about
of feelings going on right now.
Yeah, exactly. You're
feel.
not 100% sure right there.
Not sure who I am anymore.
You're thinking Mariah Carey is going to,
pick you
break
up.
it down for Christmas, and all of a sudden, get hit with
it's the worst bunch of singers I've ever seen.
Sometimes you just got to realize that got to live a good life. There's more to come from that. Coming back for more. It's a Sports Drive on ESPN Pensacola and Blab TV.
Imogen and I started Jewelers Trade Shop in 1956.
Our goal at Jewelers Trade Shop has always been to give our customers the best experience imaginable. It's something that my grandfather instilled in my father, and without a doubt, my father has passed on to me. Those basic core goals and values that shaped our business 56 years ago are still very much alive and a driving force behind Jewelers Trade Shop today.
For 3 generations, the story continues. Jewelers Trade Shop in downtown Pensacola.
Excuse me, Captain. This is your wake-up call from the new TracFone Wireless.
What's that now?
What if you had to fly this plane while sitting back in the cabin?
I wouldn't have any control.
Well, that's what it's like going with some wireless companies, but TracFone Wireless gives you control. Get unlimited talk and text on America's best 4G LTE network starting at $20 a month, no contract. Plus, unlimited carryover data with active service.
That's cool, but how'd you get in my cockpit?
This is your wake-up call, people. The new TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control. See terms and conditions at TracFone.com.
Welcome to the boat!
Okay, hi, what are we doing today?
I need something that screams something fun. Nothing too on the face, nothing too off the face, but also totally hot.
So I have the perfect thing. It's the most food mullet. You're totally business in the front, but tailgate in the back. It's a fat party. People are having fun. Snap. All your friends are going to be like, whoa, awesome setup. Everyone else is going to be all jelly, okay?
Just like a killer mullet, Moe's Catering will turn the back of your ride into a tailgate party that's sure to turn some heads. Just order ahead and pick it up on your way.
Moe's Southwest Grill, now open in Pace on Highway 90 next to Publix grocery store.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit beefy, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-285-4954. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-285-4954. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-285-4954. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-285-4954. 800-285-4954.
Paul Feinbaum here for the Southeast leader for cranes and equipment rental, Craneworks. The Craneworks team in Nashville, Birmingham, and Mobile is ready to make your next construction or maintenance project a big success. Give Craneworks a call for your next lift, machinery moving, or rigging project. And don't forget, RentalWorks has a full line of rental equipment for jobs both big and small, and now offering qualified operators for all equipment, including aerial and earth-moving equipment. Call Craneworks at 877-282-LIFT or visit them on the web at craneworks.com.
You're listening to Pensacola's home for hometown sports. ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
Open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. 'Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in. And, you know
and welcome back. Sports Drive with you right here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Simulcast on Blab TV. 4 big games coming up this week in the NFL. Yes. Buffalo and Houston will kick it off. You know, if everything goes as planned, your plan, as if Houston, if the favorites win, though, let's just put it
Joke's
this
on
way.
you, I have no plan.
Okay. Sorry, your Titans are not involved.
Exactly.
Earmuffs.
I'm not good enough to have a plan.
So you're used to this, though. There's
Yes.
a Marcus Mariota. By the way, Coins, Sports Cards, and Racing Collectibles has brought us each week. Tasca brings in a new gift, and we've been talking about the different stuff. And during the NASCAR playoffs, right there for the All-Star Series, they had
playoffs.
Yes, the championships.
Oh,
Martin
no
Truex, and then you had Kyle Busch and some of the awesome drivers, and we had them all up front. Then they had the which he teared up yesterday. It was like a Sarah McLachlan commercial in here when they took the Eddie George helmet out of the room. But we had a Barry Sanders autographed football. We've had a Mari Cooper helmet signed. And now we have an amazing display over here of sports cards. Now, these sports cards, though, are of all kinds. I mean, this is one of the most diverse group, but really what this represents is you can get all of these sports cards and more over at Coins, Sports Cards, and Racing Collectibles, and also they'll appraise it, too. That's one thing is, like, you always feel uncomfortable bringing stuff in or pawning things. That's why you have a garage sale, and then you get that person. If you're this person and you're listening right now, maybe you think of yourself as like a bargain shopper, but if you're really that person that's trying to hustle, like 25-cent silverware, like, get a life. I'm sorry. Maybe it just called out some people. Like, get them out of here.
Get them out of here.
Get them out of here. Like, yeah, okay, over a $30 couch or like a chair, you can talk that puppy down to like $22. Good for you. But if you're talking about, like, I've seen people walk up there like, how much for this tennis ball? Sir, that's actually my dog, Chaps, over here. That's not actually for sale. That's his chew toy over there on the side. I'll give you 15 cents. Well, the tennis ball was $3, but he's chewed on it. I mean, if you want it, you can have it. 25 cents. Be like, I'll do 10. You're like, these people need to get out of here. Get them out of here. But if you're trying to make a deal on something, new tennis racket, golf clubs, maybe there's a driver there, Callaway Big Bertha. You've moved on a little, higher CC level, and now you're selling it. That's okay. That's all right. But if you're trying to hustle for like the 25-cent porcelains of grandma's, the Christmas Santas, get them out of here. Get out.
Gotta go.
This has gone into another
get
them out of here. We're just
got
getting
no time for you.
We're getting people out on this show. Subliminally, we're just getting people out of town right now.
They gotta go.
They do gotta go. But
this doesn't have to go.
No, they don't. And not only that, Mike will do it in a kinder way. He's not going to tell anybody to get them out of here.
No, that's where we come in.
That's where we come in. So we're not going to be there. Mike will listen to all, and the whole crew down there. The whole staff's awesome. And they'll take this and they'll check them out and appraise all of you. Your jewelry, your coins, sports cards. There's some really good stuff. And I've counted every card in there, too, by the way. So if I'm walking out, Mike, everybody, I've got this under control here. So in our quarantined area. I know.
You'll forget.
There's a Marcus Mariota card that maybe if there's a card missing, they wouldn't mind that. Marcus Mariota, because based on that, it could be vintage. Could be his last game. Historic right there. You think
hope.
cash it or smash it, Marcus Mariota will start in 2020 at quarterback?
Yes. I will cash that.
Okay. For who?
I don't know. But he will go somewhere and start. Listen,
XFL?
No. It probably go as a backup somewhere. I don't see them keeping him around, really. But it'll be one of those, somebody gets injured and he gets to start.
I just put this all together, folks. That was your boy.
That
was your boy right there from Oregon.
He still is my boy, but he didn't get it done. I mean, I hope him all the best. I still have a Mariota Titans jersey. I just don't really wear it anymore.
Was this the route to Titan fandom? It's okay to admit this.
No,
this is
no,
okay.
this
Okay,
was not.
it's not Dr. Phil, but I was going to say, like,
No.
if you want to admit this was the moment right here for fandom.
No, because listen, I was a fan when Jake Locker was quarterback and Vince Young. You remember those guys actually played quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that.
Oh gosh,
try to forget about that.
Jake Locker. Oh, what a terrible
awesome
year.
college quarterback. Not an NFL guy.
Only thing I remember about Jake Locker,
he had like 2 broke legs and he still played.
Is he was running out of bounds, and it's a smart move. I think it's. I can't believe quarterbacks, those plays where they're about to, like they're 15, they've been scrambling, like they're playing duck, duck, goose around the yard, and all of a sudden they're running out of bounds. And they're like 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and they just tiptoe out. And you're like, throw the ball into the stands. You get yourself 15 yards back. Well, Jake Locker did that. He was only like 3 feet from the sidelines. And he slings it. No, so he slings it, though, and it's one of like the old Pops coordinators who's in the back, like Matt Rule's dad was on the other day, and like it's nailed in the face. And the guy goes down and tumbles, and they're going over the side, and he's clearly got a bloody nose. And Jake just runs back on the field. But I'll never forget that. Like, that's his highlight of his career, like calling him up for some award ceremony one day, which he probably didn't get besides Washington. And he comes out and remember that day you busted that guy in the face? That was my grandfather, by the way. You broke his nose. He can't see in 2 spaces. His retina's gone. And, no, Jake Locker had nothing of a career. Like, if you want to go down that path, Tennessee's had some pretty bad ones.
Thank you. So now you understand my pain here.
No, I don't. I'm a Patriot fan. I don't understand your pain.
Well, you see it. You don't understand it, of course.
No, I don't watch your bad quarterbacks. But at the same time, in this game, I have to. I have to watch your bad quarterbacks.
Well, this is Brady's last game. That's what the articles are saying. This is his last game, whether it's with the Patriots or if he retires. That's what all these articles are coming out.
What was that article back in like December of last year that said Kraft Macaroni and Sleaze, that it was him, Bill Belichick, and you had Tom Brady, and they were saying it was over. Remember that? Turmoil.
Probably Rex Ryan.
Even somebody wrote the Three Stooges. Like, first off, if somebody's going to write, if you've gone to 9 Super Bowls and you've won 6, and your article is the Three Stooges, what does make everybody else that hasn't even won a playoff game? I mean, just putting it out there like that. Just saying right there.
Well, I'm sorry that this is his last year.
It's like, I wonder what women feel when somebody's like, Giselle? I don't even think she looks good. Like, you just get the eyes from, like, really? Salty. You don't think that looks good? Victoria's Secret billboards? That doesn't look good right there? You're like, no, honey, I'd put you in a Victoria's Secret. You're like, you're not getting out of this one, son. Nah, you're done. So sometimes you got to think about those articles, but it's like the guy for Jeremy Lin that wrote Chink in the Armor. You clearly knew what you're doing there. Don't try to, well, it's just coincidence that he was the only Chinese-American born basketball player of all time in the NBA. Just coincidence. Chink in the Armor. Looking right now at Christian McCaffrey. Named All-Pro at 2 positions. Is Christian McCaffrey, cash it or smash it, the best non-quarterback in the NFL?
Yes. I will catch that. And here's why I'll catch that. You give me that look like, what do you...
No, it's okay. It's not a bad answer.
Imagine Christian, because some of these other guys on certain teams, they have building blocks. He has the Panthers, which is, well, quarterback-wise, think about that. Nobody's scared by Kyle Allen or Will Grier or whatever. Cam's been out. That's it. Like, it's all him. It's been him. He carried them all year pretty much.
They were carried by Christian.
I mean, and he dominated. Well, he didn't dominate. He did sometimes. but he was really good against really good defenses too. Like, he's a one-man wrecking crew. Like, he's going out there doing everything he can.
Yeah, but to your point here, it was a wrecking crew for what, 5-11?
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't me like that's exciting.
Well, have you not? I mean, watch him. He's exciting. People will turn TVs on to watch Christian McCaffrey and just see what he does.
You go to like a fast food restaurant tonight and somebody's like, I am doing this by myself. I am doing this by my... You're like, yeah, that's why there's a line down the road and the burgers are still on the... they're burning right now here. Nobody's even at the register. You know,
so just because he's on a bad team doesn't mean he's not phenomenal.
No, I look at results. If you're going to do a math problem, which clearly I need after yesterday's math. So if you're going to do a math problem, though, you have to say dominance plus success equals best.
It's an individual award, correct?
No, not. This isn't baseball. Guy eating seeds on the dugout had nothing to do with Barry Bonds' home runs. Like, you know, Christian McCaffrey can change a game and an outcome of a game based on, like, them being 5-11 is something where he can change the outcome of that. Not totally as the quarterback. It's not all. Look, you're getting me down a path here where it's sounding like a Christian McCaffrey hater. He's amazing. One of the best players, if not, he's in that top 3. But I'm going Michael Thomas. I'm not trying to get brownie points with Saints fans either. I'm being bitter this
football
season.
Well, I think Michael Thomas is look, Michael Thomas is a phenomenal receiver, but what Christian McCaffrey's done in the backfield and done catching the football as well, it's pretty phenomenal.
I'm going to go Michael Thomas.
Healthy.
I'm going to go Michael Thomas.
And he stayed
so
healthy.
you would take Christian McCaffrey over Michael Thomas?
Yes.
Okay.
It's close, but you still like.
But you still what?
He does two things. He runs the football and catches the football out of the backfield. And he lines up in the slot. He can run routes. He can come out of the backfield, catch the football. He can run the football and not just run around people like this little guy. He's a little powerful guy that can run to the middle as well.
What are my 2 rules in here? Don't bring pizza into the room without sharing. And number 2,
didn't know that was it.
That was the number 1. It's right on the wall of guidelines in the studio here. Number 2 is when you're coming back, you got to bring some substance. And when I told you Michael Thomas was better, you went, yeah, okay. You gave me one of those, like, hey, sir, why is Alabama going to win 80-3? Now, this guy might be right, but he goes,
hearing you out.
Roll mother, bleep, Todd. Like, and all of a sudden everyone goes, yeah. And I'm like, that wasn't an answer to the question, but
so
you're probably
the
still right.
substance of him being a receiver and a running back.
Because he can do both? I'm sure.
Because he can. He has done both.
Seen Thomas in a couple reverses. It's looking pretty nice. DeAndre Hopkins, I think, is in that group as well. But I would say Rob Gronkowski was that answer. But that might be another thing, too. Like Travis Kelce and some of those guys, the way they play, tight ends. But no, I would go, if I had to pick one guy.
Is a tier down.
Yeah, Michael Thomas is the best guy. I'm glad you agree. Nope. We can take a break on that note. When we come back, we will not argue this. Michael Thomas is the best. Coming back for more. It's a Sports Drive on ESPN Pensacola and Blab TV.
Christian McCaffrey.
I'm Mina Kimes, host of the new podcast, ESPN Daily. Each morning, we'll bring you a deep dive into a single story from one of ESPN's hundreds of reporters. ESPN Daily is brought to you by Indeed, helping over 3 million businesses worldwide find their newest star players. Post job openings with skills tests. Then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Sprint to Indeed.com/ESPN Daily and find a winner. Terms and conditions apply.
Bowling is a sport that will last you a lifetime, and at Cordova Lanes on Airport Boulevard, every night there is something exciting happening. Like on Tuesday and Thursday, it's penny a pin. Bowl 100, pay $1. Or how about starting your weekend off right by reserving a lane for just $25 at Moonlight Bowling. Enjoy a fresh-made pizza and the lowest pitcher prices in Pensacola. So what are you waiting for? It's time to roll your way into Cordova Lanes and experience fun like never before.
I'm Mina Kimes, host of the new podcast, ESPN Daily. Each morning, we'll bring you a deep dive into a single story from one of ESPN's hundreds of reporters. ESPN Daily is presented by Dell Small Business. Dell Small Business Technology Advisors are ready to help with advice, dedicated one-on-one partnership, and tailored tech solutions, like computers with Intel Core processors, servers, storage, and more. To speak with an advisor today, call 877-BY-DELL. That's 877-BY-DELL.
More than 100 million wild animals are killed each year illegally. Poaching is a major threat to our country's wildlife. I'm Tom Barry. I'm an actor with a desire to preserve living space for wildlife. The Humane Society Wildlife Land Trust does just that. Works with private landowners to protect wildlife, to preserve natural habitats. To learn more or to work with the Humane Society Wildlife Land Trust, call 800-729-SAVE. That's 800-729-SAVE, or visit wildlifelandtrust.org. Thank you.
Pensacola is loaded with famous athletes, and when it comes to seeing a chiropractor for their sports injuries, there is one team they trust, Doctors Edwin Roberts. A family tradition for 3 generations, Doctors Edwin Roberts Chiropractic, next to Legendary Fitness on Mobile Highway, has helped champion athletes like Emmett Smith and Trent Richardson. Doctors Roberts specialize in relieving auto accident pain to physicals for the student athlete. The best treatment for sports injuries is prevention. Call 912-4155 for a free consultation and change your life forever.
To give batters a different look, pitchers throw a changeup.
Your idea of a different look is sunglasses.
That's true. But La Quinta Inns and Suites is really taking the different look thing to a new level.
Definitely a major league makeover, starting with a bolder, brighter lobby full of comfortable spaces to let you settle in.
Or chill out in front of a big, flat screen like Wingo would.
Oh, you know it. It's a changing La Quinta look to help you get in the zone and look sharp when you hit that big meeting.
Prepare to win at business with La Quinta Inns and Suites.
Book now at LQ.com.
Talk football every day with Pensacola's own Coach K.
Credit a great performance by Garoppolo. And I love the way he throws the football. He's got all the things going for him.
Every weekday, noon till 1 on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 FM 99.1. Welcome to ESPN Pensacola, 1330 FM 99.1. Pensacola's home to the best talk in sports, new and improved. We are ESPN Pensacola, 1330 and FM 99.1.
You're listening to Pensacola's home for hometown sports. ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM 99.1 FM.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag, horse stock is attached. Head is matted black, got the bushes black to match.
And welcome back, Sports Drive with you right here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Richard Sherman, so he ruptures his Achilles back in November of 2017. Then he had to go have surgery. Then he was cut from the Seahawks in March. One day after being cut, he agreed to a 3-year deal with the 49ers, a rival right there on the West Coast. Negotiated his own incentive-based contract. How about this? He's a smart dude, by the way. Went to Stanford, plays Pokemon and stuff like that. No problem here. But, you know, he knows a lot about Charmeleon and things like that. But on Friday, he was named to the AP All-Pro second team, earning $2 million in incentives. And he earned over $4 million in incentives. So he pretty much gambled on himself and won. I love contracts like that. I don't like contracts like that from running backs, but I like contracts like that from most people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a running back, you're going to be wanting the ball more. Give me more touches. Mine, if everything's incentive. But if you're in the secondary, how do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in the secondary, there's really no incentive base that's going to hurt the team. Defensively, incentive-based contracts are pretty good. Offensively, you would expect a locker room to be together, unified, but it might not come down to that. You know what I'm saying? If you have 2 running backs or wide receivers, you might be like a Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah.
Give me the blanket ball right here. I want the ball. I mean, that's look, these guys want to get their piece. They want to get paid. Some of them there are many athletes in the NFL right now that root for green, that root for the color. And you can see it after the game. Look, I'm not going to say anyone's heart, but when Markelle Fultz for the Orlando Magic, he goes out there in a game a couple weeks ago, and he misses a wide-open layup to lose. And right after missing the layup, like 2 seconds later, David Steele and Jeff Turner are still like, what a terrible way to lose. And he, walks over and he takes off his jersey, and they're signing jerseys. Like, this is 30 seconds after losing the game. And he's laughing, and they're hugging and giving hugs and daps and leaving. And I'm like, do that in the locker room. Like, if you're going to do that, it's okay. I get it. It's a regular season NBA game. But do that in the locker room. Like, nobody wants to see that in the middle of the court after you just miss a game-winning layup. Like, everybody has a local network, and nobody wants to see that moment that you just cost the team. At least put your head down. Even if you don't care, put your head down being like, man, I'll get him back tomorrow. Like, meaning that you care that you just missed a game-winning layup. And instead, 2 seconds later, he's asking for signatures of the guy across the bench.
So you're the guy, and I'm just curious. You're the guy that
I am the guy, yeah, I am. I'm that guy, yeah.
So players that get like we see Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson, these guys that
seen the burner phone,
jerseys.
by the way, I'm going today. I've got the
jeez. But so, like, Lamar beats Deshaun.
Mm-hmm. Hans, call me back later. Okay. No, go ahead. Please.
Jeez. You're not for, like, Deshaun throws a pick that's just crazy, whatever it is. And Deshaun's out there shaking his hand, whatever, they're signing each other's jersey, trading it off or whatever. You cool with that?
During the play, first off, that's a 15-yard penalty.
I'm saying after, like,
after the game.
When Deshaun should be
I'm picturing
upset.
him throwing an interception and then taking off his jersey and handing it
No,
across.
what I'm saying
he
is
should be kicked off
as
the
soon
team
as the
for that.
game's over, when you as a fan, you're like, what an idiot play.
Oh, no.
Deshaun goes up there.
No, if it's 4th and goal, if it's the Russell Wilson play at the goal or whatever, at the end of that game, like Super Bowl, Russell Wilson versus New England Patriots. Yeah. Russell Wilson's a cool dude.
Right.
But Russell throws that pick to Malcolm Butler, and he takes off his jersey, and he's getting it signed. You're laughing.
He's jogging down the field?
As he's jogging down the field, he takes it off, and he exchanges it with, like, Donta Hightower or anything. Oh, yeah. I would expect boos. Neon crossing guard uniforms. No one would be stopping for that.
After the game, it's fine, even though... Or would you rather it be like in the tunnel, whatever?
Yeah, I'd rather not see it in public.
Okay.
The New York Jets, I was embarrassed. For Jets fans, look, no New Yorker's going to say a word. Very kind people. They don't talk to anybody. The Jets fans are probably like, oh, we just lost another game. Just lost it.
No, I don't.
I can't even get that out of my mouth. Yeah, no. Right. Yo, listen up. Is that guy really getting his autograph right there?
He's a bum.
Is that guy getting his autograph? Like Lamar Jackson, after Lamar Jackson crushed him, you had a bunch of the guys for New York with their jerseys off getting him to sign it. It's the new thing, whatever. I mean, that's not anything like, I'm not totally against that, but do it in the locker room. Like, I don't mind the exchange. These guys sometimes live 2,000 miles away, and Lamar Jackson is going to be a star. Sell that thing on eBay if your career goes south. But overall, though, most of these guys need to realize, though, in doing it in public, like, you have fans that pour their heart out into fandom.
Yeah.
Like, we don't play this game. I always say, like, I learned a lot from having a chance to watch when my daughter was in the NICU for 3.5 months. And I remember every single day I'd get done with the show at 7 and book it over there to watch monitors and systems. And that kind of stuff was way more important at that time than what game was on ESPN3. Or if Nevada and a game like Ohio. And
Ohio was the 2020 Idaho Bowl champs.
Yeah, they were, by the way. Congratulations to the Ohio Bobcats. Famous Idaho Potato Bowl champions here. Give it up for them. Everybody care?
All right, that's enough.
Somebody betting is like, Bobcats. But, yeah, they did cover by one. But I wouldn't know that. But sometimes you just got to realize sports gives you an outlet in life, gives you an opportunity.
Yep.
Like if you just moved here and you're picking a team, you get behind Alabama or LSU or Auburn, Florida State, UWF, national champions. All of a sudden, UWF, think about how many people had a great time this year. When we were down at World of Beer, Brent Lane and Cat Country down there, I was down there. You were down there. Davis kicking off, doing a rocking job right there. Justin Patrick was covering it from McKinney, Texas. But the whole crew was, as fun as it was down there, without football, a lot of those fans wouldn't have had a chance to celebrate their team for the first time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So with all this, it gets to a point sometimes where you realize that as a sports fan, we love these moments. We cherish these moments. And talking about what's going on right now for a lot of these fans, to watch those guys exchange the jerseys, I got no problem with that. And Fred Barnett will be joining us here soon to talk as the Pensacola Jets head coach and also former Saint, getting ready for a game where his team's favored over the Vikings. He's like, I don't want to hear that after the Diggs play, though. He's sitting back. He's like, we got this. But the Saints in the playoff right now are under the we know we're better, but everybody around us, please just shut up.
Yeah.
I think it's a fair way to say it. Be like, quit walking like, Saints fans right now are walking with that pride. Drew Brees just set records for his passing, like 29 for 30 when he broke the records. Everybody at that game, I know Fred was at that game right there, called in against the Colts. But they're also under hey, if you ain't first, you're last kind of Ricky Bobby thing right now. Like, we're only playing for the Super Bowl. So if everybody's like, oh, congrats for beating the Vikings this week, they're like, stay in your lane, because we have one mission. And the last 2 years, it has been robbed in so many horrendous ways. And look, I live with the St. Cal, so I know. My baby's got onesies that are black and gold. I tried to convince it it's UCF. It's not. They don't even sell those in this market. I've checked, actually. They don't. Even an embroidery store. I brought in the embroidery part, and he laughed at me. I'm not doing this. That's your job, sir. Nah, get out of my store. Go Bulls. Big USF hat. I'll get that guy one day. Coming back for more. It's the Sports Drive, ESPN Pensacola, and Blab TV.
Football is here. Catch all the UWF Argos games and the big NFL games every Saturday and Sunday on Pensacola's home for hometown sports. ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. If you would like to be a part of ESPN Pensacola as a sponsor or promotional partner, just give us a call at 262-6000 or visit our website at ESPNpensacola.com.
ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. WEBY, Milton, Pensacola.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Coming up in the second hour of the Sports Drive, we're going to talk some NFL playoff football. Fred Barnett will join us. Tickets being given away for the Lending Tree Bowl coming up here with Lafayette and Miami of Ohio. Should be a lot of fun. If Big Ben's there, be careful.
Has just become the NFL's all-time leading rusher. Across the middle, it is caught for the first. It's Baldwin shaking free and sprinting down the sideline for the touchdown. His third of the day. Doug Baldwin.
Brooks, who ran back 3 interceptions for touchdowns in the regular season, does it to cement the Super Bowl.
Boxing's elite, the new WBA heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
Baldwin beaten. The result has come up on screens that Gatlin's taken it. Goodness me, it was a blue American vest, 992 for Gatlin. 992 by the American champion to take gold.
Another Watson is wearing a green jacket at Augusta. And this time, his name is Bubba. Scores on a 34-yard touchdown run by the Doak Walker Award winner, Trent Richardson, who broke a lot of Emmett Smith's records back in Pensacola, Florida.
And welcome into the Sports Drive right here on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Chad Brilliante alongside JP. We're not talking after tonight, as Tennessee will play New England tomorrow in the playoffs, so we're just moving on from that.
Just shut
up. Joining us, the man who his team is actually the biggest favorite, but like I said, stay in your lane, I will, as the Saints have had some moments of Diggs and Vinovic. Diggs and Vinovic, it sounds like a good law firm. In New Orleans, you will not be represented. With voodoo witch dolls, maybe, but none of that. Joining us now, Fred Barnett, played for the Saints, also Pensacola Jets, and also they'll be giving away some tickets. That's right, to the Lending Tree Bowl coming up here. A number of big tickets with Tropical Smoothie Cafe and the folks, Billy and him, doing a great job, and everybody down there. Great place to go eat. But Fred, just talk a little bit. First off, good to see you. More importantly, I just usually jump over the intro right there to say hi. How's everything going? And, man, you got to be loving the playoffs because legitimately this year, if I had to rank the teams, I think Baltimore and New Orleans are the two teams everybody's looking at. However, I've got a scary feeling that Kansas City out of the AFC is getting hot at the right time with Mahomes. I wish I could put my Patriots in there. Maybe I just want to be silent, but I can't this year. Like, they're just not as good if you lose the Dolphins. But talk a little bit right now, because as in New Orleans, there's a different feel this year. I just feel like even without the receivers, there's a different feel to the way that Drew Brees is. I mean, I guess the last 2 years he's been this way. But I feel this defense, the complete package, this is the best New Orleans Saints team I've seen that Sean Payton has had. The best overall complete team from top to bottom since Tracy Porter took it back to the house in that Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. I mean, both sides of the ball. I mean, you watched them. I mean, last week they were working on all cylinders. We've had some injuries early. Everybody's healthy now. And the biggest attribute to that was Drew Brees being out for 5 games. Mm-hmm. I mean, his arm rested for 5 games. 5 games he did not play. That's why he's slinging that thing all over the place right now, because he's fresh. He feels good. On defense, the secondary is getting it, but our linebacker core and our front four, man, them guys are just wow. I mean, I just love the way they play. Davis and Klein and Lonzo, I mean, them guys are just I just love watching them play.
They got a lot of energy, guys. I mean, even Taysom Hill, obviously, on offense, but is he not like the most favorite guy to watch? There's always that guy that's like the guy that everybody cheers for. I mean, he's that guy, yeah.
You remember Cordell Stewart / whatever? Yeah, he's got him beat a million times. When he's in the game, you don't know what he's going to do, because he can throw the ball. He can throw the ball. He can run.
Hines Ward was probably the closest, I'd say, to the complete. Antoine Randall did a little. Seemed like every Steeler was like that. But, I would say Hines Ward was the last guy that you just felt could do everything, I think, on the football field. But, no, he's incredible at what he does. I think it's funny, though, because New Orleans is that team that, you got to win it all. And I think Ted Ginn, actually, JP was getting the status for us earlier. Ted Ginn's back from New York. He was during New Year's, he was the ball drop expert. They were dropping the ball for New Year's on the countdown, and Ted Ginn was out there. He's back. He was a ball drop expert. Des Bryant and him were experts on ball dropping, so they were the ones counting down to 10. But he's back. He's good to go. I'm just kidding. Ted's got this. When you're born like that once in a while, though, like Justin Gatlin. I had an interview with Justin not too long ago, and I remember him sitting here, and I said, Justin, we interview a lot of people, like good athletes. But like, did you ever wake up when you're at Woodham or any of these places and be like, look around and just be like, man, I think I'm fast, but I think I'm like the fastest man in the world. Like, imagine that moment to ever. Not too many people ever get to say. Joey Chestnut had an interview like that, but I didn't really know how to put that. Like, Joey, when did you realize that you could eat everything and never stop? But sometimes to be the best in the world at something is incredible. Ted Ginn's one of the fastest men in the world, and he's one of those kind of guys on the field. He's always elusive. Can make Traquan Smith, UCF, go Knights, can make some plays. But Fred, Jared Cook to me is the guy that really needs to, because he got paid. There was that hiatus since Jimmy Graham of tight ends who was going to step up. And Jared Cook has skill. He came through a couple nights ago for a decent game, but he, to me, is a big X factor, because if you can take a little pressure off Kamara and a little bit of pressure off Thomas, who are the obviouses, and Murray's helped a ton in the run game, but if you can do that and give a guy like Jared Cook the ball, then that could be very dangerous for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it. I mean, even with Jared Cook, you have to double him. There's no safety. There's no corner. There's no linebacker that can cover that man. It's just not. He's just going to go up in you and just take it. Not only that, but you put in Taysom Hill at a receiver and tight end. Now you're in trouble. You got Thomas out there. You got Cook. You got Taysom Hill. You got Smith from UFC. Then you got Ted Ginn, the burner. Then you put a Kamara out in the flats. I mean, it's just Sean Payton has a work of art down there, man, and there's not anybody defense that can stop the Saints this year.
Speaking of burner, he thought it was funny. I had 2 phones. Like, I got a burner phone in here. Like, I'm sitting around here. That's one of these phones doesn't work, so I'm the idiot that doesn't have my iCloud number, so I'm transferring phone numbers literally from one phone to the other. People are like, true. You have technology for that. I'm like, listen, let me do my thing over here, Grandma. Who is that, Derek? Let me type. So, Fred, you're on there. I've already put Fred Burnett in there. Look at that.
I like the way you type.
You're not in there. What's your number? 85. No. But
you don't even know.
So, Fred, though, you look right now at the NFL and the playoffs, because you've been around teams, but watching guys like Philadelphia, I want to bring this up because you were on some practice squads and you were on some of the teams as well. But when you look at guys of what they've done, like Greg Ward, Boston Scott, some of these guys, they were cut 8 times, not throughout the course of their entire careers, but the wide receivers and the players on offense right now, starting for the Eagles, have been collectively cut 8 times this season from rosters. So you're talking about a lot of guys that were released, were on practice squads everywhere, and they finally found a home. And then you got Alshon going out. Golden Tate gets traded. You got a guy like Nelson Aguilar goes out. You've got Jordan Howard who goes out. You got guys like Jay Ajayi goes out. Like half the roster goes out. And then they get a shot, and they've made the best of it. But just talk about that moment and also having that moment to excel, because now they're hosting a playoff game. But talk about that moment from getting that chance and what's going to go through those guys' minds.
Well, for one, Boston Scott, I met him. He was signed originally with the Saints practice squad, and he was a good kick returner, short guy.
Now you're like 6'7", 6'8", so were you on one knee talking to him? He's like he's not like that.
Yeah,
Let's not give people the wrong idea here, but yeah.
So here's the thing, when you have been picked up from the practice squad, you're on the active roster. You have something to prove. Every single game, every special team, every play, you out there going 100%. And then for your team to make it to the playoffs, I mean, Philadelphia's not going to win the first round. That I can tell you. But just to be there.
Pete Carroll is coaching the other side. That's all I can say.
Yeah, but I think
so. If it's close,
Russell Wilson is dialed in. They got the beast back. I mean, he actually had a pretty decent little game the times he did play. But all they had to do, they had one job.
I know.
They had one job. One job. But it is what it is.
Well, in 2047, he will get that carry. 2047. Mark that year down. And Marshawn Lynch at the 1 yard line in 2047. I'm predicting it, guys.
Not as long as Pete Carroll's there.
That's right. You could see him on the side. Pete doesn't age really. The gum. I think he's got that gum. I heard Big Moose was saying on Cat Country that you can burn. I think it's 12 calories a day by chewing gum. That's what he does. He's just stand back.
But he took that delay of game. Said, okay, we can't give it to Marshawn Lynch. We got to be backed up 5 yards so Russell can throw it and win the game.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
but 1 inch. 1 inch. 1 inch.
That could be referenced. The way you said that could be referenced in so many different ways for people, and it all has the same meaning. It's embarrassing. All of it's embarrassing. So, looking at
what is happening?
So Christian McCaffrey, Fred's been on this. Look, Fred, this is like 7 years we've worked together, so he knows the drill. So, okay, so Joe Moorhead is out at Mississippi State. But I do want to say he didn't really fit the scheme. He didn't fit that. Like he wants to go back. He coached in Fordham. He's a New York guy.
Please say it right.
Fordham.
There you go.
Fordham. Right there. Yeah, Fordham.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Not get him out. That's what they do. They give him a nice New York. Get him out of here. They pack his bag. They're like, can I respectfully leave and shake my family? We're moving right now. Get him out of here. All right. So 14-12 though, Fred, but this is Mississippi State. I mean, sometimes the old you don't know what it's got till it's gone kind of thing. Like Lloyd Carr was a 10-2 type coach. He couldn't beat Ohio State. Couldn't beat Cooper. Couldn't beat the guys when Tressel got, and he was gone. But then they went through Rich Rod and Brady Joke and some of the guys. Hoke, he's a good coordinator. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But all of these guys, and they went 5-7. They started losing a lot of games. And people were like, man, Lloyd Carr wasn't that bad. Sometimes you realize it's not. Joe Moorhead, 14-12 is not great, but you're Mississippi State. Like Dan Mullen set a bar a little bit too high. Dak Prescott, some of those guys. To me, yeah, he's not a great coach, and I think a lot of this had to do with some of the things off the field. But for the people acting like, yeah, he needed to go, they're comparing it to me a lot like Willie Taggart in Florida State and some other jobs. Mississippi State is not at the level where they should be making demands when they're finishing at 14-12 over 2 years, like they're falling off the face of the earth. Right. That's just my opinion. Do you agree with that? You've been around. I
agree. It's Mississippi State has never really been number one in the West. For the last.
Have they
decade.
been number 5? Oh, sure.
Probably.
Sorry.
Ole Miss always had
They were ranked number 1 like 2 years ago in the regular season.
Yeah, Ole Miss always had a better, ranking with them. But Mississippi State is still tough to play in Starksville with those cowbells.
Yeah, it is. It's a tough play to play. Yeah.
And sometimes you have to just let the coach give them 4 from 5 years. Let's think about when you draft someone, they get a 4-year contract. You're going to ride with them those, 4 years and see what they can do. And then if they don't prove anything at the end, then hey, trade them away, do whatever you need to do. But that hurts the program to keep changing coaches because you're never going to get any consistency out of your program.
Fred, JP, Dallas, a job opening. Now, you do have a situation where during the same day, with the situation where Jason Garrett now is official, Ed Werner reported it. He's sort of looking like that that guy who's about to go postal. Have you seen some of his interviews? He's starting to go gray. Like Fred, he used to be all like dappered up. He looks like he just woke up out of the closet, sort of like what I dress like. Whatever's sitting here. I don't even know if that should button up. Probably I'm on TV. But when it comes down to Ed Werder, he's been around for a while. Ed's been covering the Cowboys for a long time. So he goes out there. It's Mike Triplett who covers it for the Saints for ESPN, I believe. Correct? Yeah, he does a good job. Now, you look, though, at a guy like Ed Werder. He reports it, and then everyone's like, yeah, he's out. We all knew Jason Garrett was going to be out. That shenanigan took way too long. But the next head coach is somebody that might have to deal with Jerry for 3 to 4, maybe. Let's be real. He's 77. His son's already in that driver's seat, sort of. But Jerry, I think, will be there until the day he can't walk or can't be there. Like Hugh Freeze got put into a medical bed at Liberty and coached this year. Like Jerry's going to have his own, like you could see like a little glass incubator kind of room in there, like with all the different nurses walking through. And he's in they prop his bed up right there with the morphine bags, and he's watching at the side. Like you can see him. Like Jerry Jones is going to be around for a long time. But Fred, next coach for Dallas, is it going to be a home run hire or somebody that can be a puppeteer of Jerry?
Well, it's going to have to be somebody to be a puppeteer because that's the only way you can work for Jerry Jones. I mean, he reached out to me, for the job, but
that's cool, Jets. Look, we got better things going on than what he's dealing with right there. But no, Jerry Jones. First off, they finished 8-8, and they should have been a little better. But they also need to realize that the expectations of everybody at the beginning of the season, sitting there at 13th, I mean, I remember sitting here and talking about Cleveland and Dallas, and I said, why is everybody acting like these two teams are playing in the Super Bowl? Like, Cleveland's never proven anything. There's actually a 30 for 30. You don't get ESPN 30 for 30s overnight. There's a 30 for 30 on them because they haven't had any success forever in their Cleveland and Art Modell and all the things that happened. So for Cleveland fans, and the Cleveland fans weren't expecting it. It was everybody else. It was like, yeah, Super Bowl, here it is. I'm like, make the playoffs first. Like Ernest Biner, is that where we go back to, the old days? And like not good. But then you look at Dallas. It's been over 25 years since they've won. I mean, it's been 26 years since they've won a Super Bowl pretty much. And they're sitting there. So if you're in your early 20s and you're a Cowboy fan, America's team, never even seen them when they won 1 or 2 playoff games in the history over the last 25 years. So this is not a team that's expected to go and win, but to miss the playoffs, that was pretty disappointing, especially in the year that the NFC East was trying to hand it away on a silver platter.
Pretty much.
I mean, they were giving the Giants, the Redskins next. Then you had one team, the Eagles, and they were playing with 10 practice squad guys. Okay. So they boo Santa Claus. But I think for Dallas, what about Lincoln Riley? And the only reason I bring this up is, Oklahoma yesterday, the Oklahoma Sooners, he's the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners. Everybody's like a sports show, I know that. But looking right now at their 5-star commit, yesterday it ended up being where Brock Vandegrift ended up announcing that he is no longer going to be with them. And the timing of that, to me, is a little bit like the announcement was made with Dallas, and it could have been complete coincidence. But Lincoln Riley's sort of been the guy they've talked about a lot. Now, Vandegrift's a 5-star. And he decommits. Now, it could be, like I said, 100%. I'm basing this on assumption. The Bob Stoops theory. We'll call it that at Florida State. But overall, though, I think Lincoln Riley, this new energy, and a guy working with Dak Prescott and Amari Cooper and some of those guys, high energy, good defense on the other side, I think it'd be a perfect fit.
He would be. And, if I would leave him, I would leave Oklahoma, too, if I was Lincoln Riley, the way LSU just straight embarrassed you.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
I mean, 63 points. Yeah, I would leave too.
Yeah. Well, Fred, we were joking. We were texting her the thing. I gave them too much credit. I said 51-14, and I actually probably gave Oklahoma too much credit on that one. But but I'll never forget. My wife is. I'm part of the. I made sure we got. Where is
it's over there.
You've been trying to hide it. I'm making sure.
I haven't touched it.
Subliminal messages everywhere. Everybody remember, go Tigers right here. This is part right here. Go Tigers. Fred's like, I'm a trooper, man. She's like, please, jumping on board right now. Champion. But when it comes down to LSU, I was like right out of the gate. She's got her purple and gold. Our baby's got, our daughter, Leighton, she's 3 now, not a baby. But she's out there. She's got a little cheerleading dress. Go Tigers. She's, nah. Like the Blank I'm in Louisiana song, apparently. Like, am I supposed to sing this? I'm like, should I be playing that for a 3-year-old? But the appropriate version. But so all the other fans out there, any Louisiana fan knows exactly what song I'm singing, by the way. But you get out there and watched that game, and you knew it was over. And, like, right after the first touchdown, I'm like, this one's over. And she's like, quit saying that. And I'm like, first off, I'm not the drunk at the bar that's never watched sports. Like, this one's over. But, like, I do this for a living, and I'm telling you, I can't jinx how bad this defense is compared to Joe Burrow just going to air raid them. We talked about it before the game. It was going to look like a track meet. It was literally going to look like a track meet, and that's what it was. Chase would get the ball in open field and just like he was like back there. It was almost like the Oklahoma people, the people handing you water at the beginning of the line, like.
And it would have been Chase.
No, yeah,
it was Jefferson. Jefferson was the man that day.
Jefferson, but everybody was. They didn't need. Honestly, they could have kept Edwards-Helaire on the bench, and they still would have won that game by 50. Yeah. But it wasn't Oklahoma's fault. They just didn't have the roster, and they didn't have that. They never did, and that's why I said this year. It was so clear-cut. You had 3 champion-caliber teams. And personally, you would have had 4 champion-type caliber teams if Tua was healthy and Dylan Moses was healthy. You would have had at least 4 juggernauts. Now, LSU beat them in that day, but then also to show the strength of Alabama, people can't forget that they were able to put up 21 quick points in the second half to get back in the game. And most teams can't do that against a team that good. So even though they fell behind, Alabama was one of the rare birds that still could have come back and put up 21 quick ones, just like Clemson did against Ohio State when they found themselves down 2 touchdowns. Most teams can't do that unless you're elite against elite teams. Right. But I would have loved to see all those teams healthy, but we got 3 championship-caliber teams. And if you're Ohio State, one bad route is the difference of why you're not in this title game. And that was one heck of a game. But as a LSU fan, you're also a head coach of a pro team in our area. You've been playing in the NFL. You know the game. Fred, I know that with LSU and how good they are, and I'm taking LSU to win for what that's worth, but Clemson is not a team that is ever the type of team anybody out there should just be like, oh, LSU's got this. You can say, hey, they're going to win, but Clemson has heard that in their entire last 4 years. And right now, currently, because Alabama's out of it, they've won the most championship-caliber moments over the last 4 years.
True.
They're the defending champion by about 30 points, and they also are a team right now that's in the title game again. So,
here's the thing. Alabama was too cocky last year, and that's what happened to them. Joe Burrow and LSU are very humble and modest about everything they've done this year, but I can tell you like this now, and watch Clemson played all year, their defense is just not there. Not for LSU, I'm sorry. Their defense is it's going to be one of those games where it's going to seem like it's going to be a good game, and then Burrow's going to get his first touchdown, and after that, it's just going to be they're playing. It's a home game. It's a home game.
I know.
Joe Brady, he's back at home coaching the Dome. You know, the whole Louisiana's going to be there. I'm going to be there. So it's just, I mean, in the Dome it's loud, and Clemson's not used to that.
I mean. I agree that I can't see Joe Burrow losing. I mean, the way he's under it's the best season in college football history. And I know we sometimes throw those things out here, but no, it is the best season in college football history. Like every stat across the board. He's putting up Mike Leach numbers with the accolades of winning.
Right.
and I brought it up yesterday. It's easy to forget things. Once again, subliminal bear right here. Go Tigers. And remember this, everybody. So everybody remembers. I'm taking photos from my grandma like when I was here for that day.
Jump on that wagon.
Tigers. So Fred's like, I don't want any part of this, right? So from this Patriot fan over here. So, but he's won 7 times against top 10 teams this year. 7 times they beat a top 10 team when they were in the top 10. That's never going to happen either.
No.
7 top 10 teams when they're in the top 10.
I thought it was 7 if he beats Clemson. I thought it was 6. That's what you told me yesterday.
Well, I'm assuming then. 7.
Okay.
7 top 10.
Curious.
Yeah, there we go. 6 is a record.
Regardless, it's phenomenal.
No. You got Texas, Auburn, LSU, Texas, Auburn, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, and then if you beat Clemson, it'll be 7. So all of those. And someone's like, Texas was like 8-5. Yeah, they were in the top 10 when they played them.
Yep.
At Texas too.
That was a tough game.
At Texas, it wasn't neutral.
A tough game, right.
Yeah, it was in right there in Texas. Bevo on the side. Man, they should have let Bevo and Mike go at it. All right. On that note, now we're getting to mascot wars. When we come back, we're going to talk a little more about what's going on right now in some of the big bowl games coming up here. One, the Lending Tree Bowl right down the road in Mobile, and Fred will tell you how you can get some tickets, a lot of tickets, right here on the Sports Drive.
Just felt there's a huge need in Pensacola to bring foot and ankle services, specifically orthopedic foot and ankle services, to this area. There's so much growth in Pensacola. I wanted a freestanding orthopedic foot and ankle center to do this, and far as I can tell, this is the only one really in the country that's freestanding. Most orthopedic surgeons are part of a multi-specialty group. So we offer on-site x-rays, on-site CT scan, and on-site MRI. They can come to one place.
Visit NielsenOrthopedics.com to reserve your appointment today.
Looking to jumpstart your career in radio in a fun and creative environment? ADX Communications is just the place. Attend concerts, support local sports teams, and engage in local nonprofits. As a brand ambassador for the best radio stations on the Gulf Coast, Cat Country 98.7, News Radio 92.3 FM AM 1620, and ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM 99.1 FM. To learn more information or to apply, visit us at catcountry987.com. ADX Communications is an equal opportunity employer.
I'm Troy Rafferty, and many of you know about my love for sports and my longtime support for our local high school athletes. One thing these fine young people have taught me over the years is this: whether it's on the ball field, in the classroom, or in a court of law, always work your hardest and achieve the best results possible. And that is the commitment we make to our clients and our community.
Levin Papantonio in Pensacola since 1955.
ESPN Radio is taking over ESPN News. You can now watch your favorite radio shows all in one place. From Golic and Wingo. Oh, yeah! To the Dan Le Batard Show with Stu Gatz.
All right, I'm available every day, thanks.
To the Stephen A. Smith Show.
I just don't understand this guy.
To the Will Kane Show.
It's my job to tell the truth.
From morning to night, the best of ESPN Radio is now available on ESPN News.
When working at a growing business, you wear many hats. The new business hat, the buying toner for the copy machine hat, the sifting through tons of resumes hat. You can throw away that last hat thanks to Indeed.com. When posting your job, Indeed lets you add screener questions that give you a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates. So go ahead, dust off that extra long lunch hat. Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
Here are the ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM 99.1 FM contest rules. You can win one prize per household per contest in any 30-day period, unless specified by individual contest rules. All prizes are non-transferable, non-redeemable for cash, or exchangeable for any other contest prize. Prizes must be redeemed within a 30-day period of winning and must be 18 years of age or older to win. For a complete list of rules, visit ESPNpensacola.com. The Paul Feinbaum Show.
Everything you wanted to happen hasn't happened.
Oh my gosh, that's all any of y'all want to talk about is Alabama.
You're really not understanding the conversation, but anyway, we can move on.
Alabama's dynasty has just begun.
Hold on a second, Charles. Somebody wants to talk to you.
I don't want to talk that compelling moron. He's nothing but a lame-head old man.
2 till 5 every weekday afternoon. ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
You're out of your freaking mind, cowturd.
You're listening to Pensacola's home for hometown sports. ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM 99.1 FM.
Mr. Worldwide to infinity. You know the roof on fire. We gon' boogie, oogie, oogie, jiggle, wiggle, and dance like the roof on fire. We go drink drinks and take shots until we fall out like the roof on fire. Now, baby, get my booty naked, take off all your clothes and light the roof on fire. Tell her, baby, 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 I'm on fire. I tell her, baby, 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 I'm a fireball.
Yeah, this song's appropriate. Mardi Gras is here tomorrow, so Viva de Pez. A lot of the guys are going to be out there. Look, Mardi Gras, what I've realized in Pensacola, you know, you guys have lived here longer than I have, but I've realized as Pensacola, and this is my home for the rest of my life until I'm going to, my daughter will go to UWF to be close here. Look, the home of the champions. I want her to go to UW. I'm proud for that. You know, it's, but I'm telling you, if you talk about like events, like this city goes from like you go to Mardi Gras, then right after Mardi Gras, it seems like you just snap your fingers and you're into Fiesta, and then the next thing you know, you're into some of the other parades going on for Christmas. But it doesn't stop. There's always something. Seafood festivals, or you know, Blue Angels in the summer, or you know, always something happening in the city. And Fred, tomorrow, right after New Year's, people still hungover. New Year's resolutions maybe being broken. We are now into Mardi Gras tomorrow. It gets kicked off. You know that from New Orleans right there with the king cakes. And you're like, your face right now is like, I'm not 100% prepared for this yet. Like give me another couple weeks. Like the guy that's woke up at 6 a.m. and you just went to bed at 4 a.m. You're like, give me a couple more hours. Just a couple more hours right there.
King cakes. Yeah, I'm going to go to Razoo's and get some. If I go this weekend, bring some king cake back. Some real
king cake. Oh, yeah. I've been down there.
With the baby baked inside and not on top.
It's good. Man, that's so good. Mardi Gras everything about New Orleans puts on like 20 pounds on there.
That's dangerous for me.
Yeah, Johnny O's. Get one of those big po' boys at Johnny O's. Go down to Drago's and get, man. And then Acme Oyster House. You can't. I got to stop. Everything about that place is awesome right there. Like, it really is the coolest city. Like,
absolutely.
But it's also dangerous if you wake up on Bourbon Street on the wrong night. The guy, you saw the guy that passed, who was the guy that made the hand grenades. That guy passed. That's a sad moment right there.
So I got to have one in his honor.
Now, in his honor, we'll have two. And that'll put you out for a day. That'll get you ready for Mark. 2 hand grenades, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you'll wake up on the street.
Yeah. Frozen on the rocks.
We always have ears with the FCC through radio laws. Like, these guys are talking a lot of hand grenades right there. But like, listen, they're delicious drinks on Mardi Gras. They can do just as much damage sometimes if you're on Mardi Gras. Looking at some of the things going on right now in NCAA football, we got some bowl games. Fred, what's your take on this? You had a bowl game today where people got to play on a blue field. Outside of that, Ohio Bobcats versus Nevada Wolfpack right there. That was disrespectful. I'm sorry. 30-21 was the final score. I don't think many people were watching, but what do you think of these bowl games going on right now, especially the ones after New Year's that they throw on? I know you guys have a game, though, that people in this area can go to.
Right.
And it's going to be actually, it's in Mobile. It's right there. So 50 minutes, you can get over there, watch a good football game. Lafayette's having a really good season, and they're taking on Miami of Ohio. But you guys have a chance for people to win some tickets, right?
Yeah, at Tropical Smoothie Cafe here in Pensacola, Billy Stripek, our owner, my friend, our partner, he loves doing things for the community.
Yeah, he does.
So we now got all these tickets for the Linder Tree Bowl, which is on Monday, January the 6th, and we're going to give them away. We're going to give them away at the store starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you are interested, come in, buy yourself some food, a smoothie, and say, hey, I would like to get 2 tickets to the game. Okay, there you go. You can get 2 tickets. And after that, every hour, we give away 2 more tickets after every hour until we close. So
that's pretty awesome right there. So get yourself free tickets, get yourself a good meal, and you can't really beat that.
No,
that's pretty. Hey, look, college football. It's one of the. It actually is the final game before the national title. So not everybody can afford to go to the national title, or maybe you're a fan of everybody outside of LSU and Clemson. You're better. So if you want to go to a bowl game, the final game before the national title, right there, Monday, January 6th, Louisiana versus. I love how it's just now Louisiana, like they took to Lafayette. They fool us on that. When they try those things right there? Like, we're not the Golden Knights anymore. We're just the Knights. Like, come on.
By the way,
fake parade, you're the Golden
Billy
Knights.
Napier, the coach of Lafayette,
turned
down the call from Mississippi State.
Did he really?
Yeah. Report just came out.
Wow. I don't know about that, but I mean, reverse all the kindness I just said about Lafayette, I'd still take the Mississippi State job. Maybe he's got something else in mind.
Maybe he just doesn't want that job.
You don't want to be fired in like a year and a half.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, no, I watched that.
That depends where you want to take your career. But I mean, if you have a shot to get an SEC football job, you got to take it, though. That's how I look at it. And if you're a good enough coach, you believe you can change the dynamics of a team. Right. I mean, Pete Chinnick just built a team from scratch with nobody on the roster yet, and they just won a national title in 4 years. They've been to 2. Like, if you believe in it, it's like Field of Dreams. You believe it, they will come. That's not true. Those ghosts won't come out of cornfields. That all depends.
In Kansas, they will. In Kansas, they will.
It's a kid in college that drank this, and there was a couple ghosts coming out. I was like, wow, I didn't.
Then you woke up on Bourbon Street.
I was Saturday night. I woke up Wednesday, and I was like, man, that was fun. But I'm telling you, Louisiana and Miami of Ohio, that's going to be you know what? It's going to be a good. That was a good game with a couple years ago with Sawyer Smith. Throwing the touchdown pass for Troy, beating Buffalo. Remember that? That was a great game. Tate's own. So, Lending Tree Bowl, go down to Tropical Smoothie, check it out right there. Get yourself some tickets, and they'll be giving tickets, you said, on like a ton of tickets, right?
Right. We're going to give away 20 total, so we're going to give away 2 each hour.
Wow.
Starting at 10 tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, get down there. Get yourself a meal and get some tickets. Do the Lending Tree Bowl. And, Fred, I want to talk a little bit about the matchups right now when you talk about the NFL playoffs. You got pretty much the perfect matchups if the favorites win. Think about the quarterback battles if the favorites win right now. If the favorites win in the AFC, you're going to have Tom Brady at Patrick Mahomes, and you're going to have Deshaun Watson at Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. In the NFC, if the favorites win, you're going to end up having where San Francisco is the one, correct?
Right.
They are the one. I'm just making sure on that. I did know that. All right, so number one, you will end up having
Seattle.
You have pretty much, you'll have Drew Brees at Aaron Rodgers, and you'll have a matchup between Russell Wilson at Jimmy Garoppolo in the Seattle-San Fran rivalry again. For a third time. Like, that's exactly what the NFL wants. Like, if these go by, like, JP over here as a Titans fan, it's like, I've heard none of this. Give me Tannehill. Throw me Tannehill in that match. But this is, it's setting up pretty much across the board. You can't get better than if that works out that way.
Right.
You'll have you get Breeze at Rodgers to do it. That's – I think Rodgers at Breeze now because Rodgers is not fade a little, but his team's not as good. But Breeze at Rodgers, if that goes down, that's huge. That's because now you're giving Green Bay the home field, frozen tundra, but you're going up against the Saints. The other side, though, is Seattle, if Wilson and that San Fran third time around, where remember, Seattle won at San Fran, and San Fran won at Seattle, so anything goes. But Brady at Mahomes, we saw this story last year, same postseason game. Mm-hmm. And then same thing last year with the matchup right there with, if you get Watson and Jackson, that's fun too. That's always a fun matchup. But Baltimore slaughtered them the first time. We'll see around the second time. They probably will. But it doesn't get much better than that for the NFL and the ratings.
Well, not only that, but Seattle's going to beat San Fran. And then guess where the championship game is going to be held? In the Dome.
Yep.
In the Dome.
God, just run the football. Yeah, you guys, like Saints fans, I feel bad. Like, I know that we lost to the Patriots. I was actually on a plane. It was my grandmother's funeral, and I was flying on a plane, and I got off the plane. You have airplane mode, and you land, and they're like, welcome in to Melbourne, Florida. Whereas airport, you like literally walk off, and you're in the parking lot.
Right.
It's like the easiest in the world. Like, you have a little Snoopy Christmas ornaments on the side, and then that's it. If you've been to Melbourne International Airport, when it says international, it's just because there's a dog named Pierre. The dog's from France. That's why it's international. So you walk out, and then all of a sudden, you get right out there, and you're getting picked up. But I remember getting off the plane, and ding, 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 ding. He was one of them. He goes, hey, that was close. Never mind. And that was the first one I got. And I'm like, you son of a... So I knew exactly what that meant because I was at the Buffalo Wild Wings up at the Atlanta at Hartselle Airport upstairs watching that. And if you want to learn a lot about culture, by the way, go to an airport bar during a Sunday. Because everybody, when you're like here, if you're from New York or you're from somewhere else, like you're in Saints country, you're in a couple areas, but like you're in the Panhandle, you're in the South. Like if you're in Ohio, we have a lot of Ohio State fans, Michigan fans, but if you're going out, that you expect to see Bama, right. Auburn, Florida, Florida State, LSU. You know where you are. But in an airport, everybody feels like they're at their own home. They're just waiting for their terminal to get home.
Right.
So you had fans, and this guy comes in here, and this is not me being who I am, but the first person comes in, loud New York Jets fan, just had to be. And he gets up there, he's like, yo, what are all these Falcon games? Who cares about the Falcons, man? And, and then it's Falcons-Bucks, but you're in Atlanta. So all these people working is like, can you shut up, man? I'm trying to watch my final game. We're not in the playoffs. It's the last game. Maybe Matt Ryan's career here. Like, let's. So all of a sudden you're watching that, and this guy comes in, and then and then you have this, like, sweet couple from Minnesota who are, like, being real quiet, now scared of this guy being loud. And this guy coming in, he's like, man. And someone's like, well, who's your game? And it was the very nice, cultured guy. He had long hair, but like had a really nice attire. You could tell he had like the pockets where he was from New Orleans, and he was watching the Saints. But he was a cultural guy. You could tell a lot of flavor. Probably was like some world-renowned artist. He was a really cool guy. And he looks over, and he's the one to speak up. He's from New Orleans. He's like, "What's your team, man?" And we're all sitting around the bar. I'm tired. I'm just listening to all this. What's happening? Enjoying my beer. And the $12 beer. But then I look over, and this guy, he's like, "Yeah, Jets, man. Can we get the Jets and Bills?" And everybody just starts laughing. Like, yeah, that's the game everybody wants to see. Jets and Bills, Matt Barkley tonight. And that was the worst game on. But, yeah, he's making a mockery, and then he asked every game to be turned to the Bills and Jets. But I learned so much in about 20 minutes sitting up there at a Buffalo Wild Wings at the airport. That's from so many different teams in one day that all felt like it was their day in their bar back home. Really cool to see that as a sports fan and the different things. But the Saints had a good day that day against the Panthers. No Panther fans in sight. No Panther fans.
Yeah, the Saints had that thing sold up in the first quarter. Drew 35 points in the first half. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater, go ahead.
Yeah,
you go.
And it was a party in the airport because remember what game was played that night right down the street in Atlanta, LSU and Oklahoma. So everybody at the airport was LSU and Oklahoma. We were walking around there, and once again I made sure to jump on board. I wore my LSU jersey underneath, and I broke it out instead of high-fiving. Someone was like, "You at the game?" They're like, "Go Tigers, man, go Tigers." And, so there you go. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk a little more of some of the big stories going on. David Stern passing away, the NBA commissioner, and his legacy. He was the first WWE commissioner. He enjoyed the booze. But a guy that also built a legacy and something that was important to what we have today. Coming back for more. It's the Sports Drive on ESPN Pensacola and Blab TV.
You wanted a toy at the store when you were a kid. Mom said no. You wanted a date as a teenager. The homecoming queen said no. Now, as an adult, you want a car. And all the dealers keep saying no. Finally, there's someone in Pensacola who will say yes. It's Gordon Auto Wholesale on Old Palafox, just 1 block south of Airport Boulevard. Now with a huge selection of third-row SUVs in stock. No credit, bad credit, repos, no problem. Say yes to Gordon Auto Wholesale. Call them at 850-479-9200, 479-9200, and hear yes right now.
Just felt there's a huge need in Pensacola to bring foot and ankle services, specifically orthopedic foot and ankle services, to this area. There's so much growth in Pensacola. I wanted a freestanding orthopedic foot and ankle center to do this, and as far as I can tell, this is the only one really in the country that's freestanding. Most orthopedic surgeons are part of a multi-specialty group. So we offer on-site x-rays, on-site CT scan, and on-site MRI. They can come to one place.
Visit NielsenOrthopedics.com to reserve your appointment today.
Hear ye, hear ye. I bringeth thee a message from... a message from the king and his new trumpeter, Stephen. The king wishes me to convey his favor to thine team and thine tailgate. Not yet. He invites thee to let the Bud Light flow forth. And he also wishes me to tell thee that he toasts thee. Waiteth until the end, Stephen! With game day's favorite light lager and the slogan of his kingdom... Oh, Dilly Dilly! Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, AB, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here are the ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM 99.1 FM contest rules. You can win one prize per household per contest in any 30-day period, unless specified by individual contest rules. All prizes are non-transferable, non-redeemable for cash, or exchangeable for any other contest prize. Prizes must be redeemed within a 30-day period of winning and must be 18 years of age or older to win. For a complete list of rules, visit ESPNpensacola.com.
ESPN Radio is taking over ESPN News. You can now watch your favorite radio shows all in one place. From Golick and Wingo.
Oh, yeah.
To the Dan Levitard Show with Stugotz.
All right, I'm available every day, thanks.
To the Stephen A. Smith Show.
I just don't understand this guy.
To the Will Kane Show.
It's my job to tell the truth.
From morning to night, the best of ESPN Radio is now available on ESPN News.
Hey there, I'm a glue stick, so I have one job. I glue kid stuff. So sorry for being jealous of Geico, who does a ton more, like give you 24/7 access to thousands of licensed agents. And Geico has been around for over 75 years and has a 97% customer satisfaction rating. While I've just got mediocre adhesive skills, Geico also has an award-winning mobile app. Uh-oh, arts and crafts time. No eating the glue stick, Miss Lydia!
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
You're listening to Pensacola's home for hometown sports. ESPN Pensacola 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
Breaking it out right now. 90s night in the club here tonight. Welcome back. Sports Drive, ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM. Chad Brillante alongside JP. Fred Barnett joining us. Tropical Smoothie will be giving away tickets tomorrow starting at 10 o'clock, and all throughout you'll have a chance to win 20 tickets in full out there for the Lending Tree Bowl. You can win tickets. Or actually, you don't have to win them. You just go show up, and you can get some tickets right there for the that matchup between Louisiana and Miami of Ohio. But it's the final college football game of the season before the national title. Not a big fan, by the way, of the whole hiatus. I know why they do it, for money, more people traveling, getting them out there, hyping it up, more ratings, more shows on the week, more radio rows. But I'm still not a big fan. I feel like this game could have been played. They're already doing it on a Monday. Right. So it's more than 2 weeks. It's 16 days. But I think they really could have done this game on next Wednesday or Thursday or something, and done it in a spot. I don't know, middle of the week. That's not fun. But Monday, am I the only one? The point I'm trying to make is it's too many days. Am I the only one that feels it's too many days?
Yeah, they could have did it Saturday. Could have did it tomorrow. Could have did it today. Could have did it yesterday.
This is that type of game where, weekend would be better, but it doesn't really matter when it comes down to it. It's not an elite game. Nobody really, unless you're just the fan, you're just a football fan. Or you're a Lafayette fan or Miami of Ohio fan or whatever.
Oh, no, wrong game.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the national title being.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I was going to say.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
You guys,
I was doing the Lending Tree Bowl, and
no. Everybody out there is like, I guess they're sitting there going, I guess. No. The Lending Tree Bowl.
No, I agree with you. That makes sense.
That makes sense. All right, now I'm on board here.
Everybody else is like, do I have to answer this question? Do I care? I'm like, I got plans to. Tua's making an announcement on that day. But no,
what's up with that?
I know. What is up with that? What do you think? What is he?
LeBron James?
I know. Tua seems like the good guy, but he's coming back. I don't think so.
His injury is scaring a lot of teams.
There's too many teams
So
desperate. But there's too many.
You know what he's doing today,
teams.
right? You know what his schedule was today?
Yeah, he's eating breakfast.
Nope. He's going up to an NFL doctor, a doctor that
we have one of those named James Andrews in town.
But he went up there with an Alabama person in their organization. They went up there and met with the doctor, and he's advising him. It's his last time to get advised with how his injury is coming along and everything, and that's why Monday he's going to make his announcement. Because depending on the news he gets, will determine. That's what's going on today.
Remember the golfer that used the cart? Casey, I forget. No, I'm being.
No, I know.
No, I'm not going down. Look, I'm not going down Captain Hook here, but what I'm being you were not going to be able to play defensive end with a hook. That would no offense line. Like I'm not touching this.
You would be able to play defensive end with a hook.
Hands to the face. The guy's on the ground like a slash.
Got an eyeball on his hook.
Sitting there like
juggler is all ripped up.
They have to take him off on a stretcher. His eyes out of. He can see clearly hooked to the face here. There goes his eye. Like the worst. Okay, so get that picture out of there. Nobody can. Too late. But a prosthetic or something like that. I'm just saying. And I'm not. No, somebody's like, are we talking about?
Are you Baker Mayfield right now?
No.
Are you acting as a doctor?
I'm saying down the road, if somebody wanted to play with a prosthetic, and he was a good athlete. Because remember, Shaq Griffin. Look, our own right here. I'm just saying he was a heck of an athlete, but he, if you have a prosthetic, he had to use a prosthetic to do to lift, and he set the record for most reps as a linebacker. But Fred, this is a hard question to even answer. This path is, but
dangerous.
Okay,
path.
Let's just put it on the table. Would somebody be able to play in the NFL at one point with a prosthetic?
No.
Okay. No.
I don't think so.
Unfortunately, this is the sport where you have it's all hands
all
on
hands
deck.
to the face, yeah.
All hands on
Yeah.
deck. I mean, no pun intended, but
No.
it is what it is. I mean, it's like playing basketball with a prosthetic, you know. And but with the hip though, I mean, that's everything a quarterback. That's his whole game is the hip, and your hip is not right. His hip is. I hope it gets better for the young man, but ask Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
Tua's, and you've seen Dak Prescott doing his little hip dances like that. Look, that's where you get your power.
That's your core.
That's your core. That's where and to be able to throw in the NFL, you're going to have to throw on a dime on some of those passes. The difference between a touchdown and a pick is very slim in the NFL. Not like those track meets between Oklahoma and LSU. You don't got windows of 20 yards. Like yeah. Gosh, I hope he doesn't though. He seems like a good guy. I know this whole like the decision thing. This is pressure from the media. From him, because him doing this keeps his name irrelevant. Look, Baker Mayfield was a great salesperson. Dr. Baker Mayfield, after he made the announcement on Odell, by the way. But two LSU boys at wide receiver. At least they get to watch their team early. You know, I guess they're home for that at least.
Yeah,
but yeah. Who would you take, by the way, Odell or Jarvis, if you were starting a team?
I would take Odell. Odell, you know, he has to be around the right people to be, you know, great. Like I said, if Odell and Landry had Joe Burrow, oh my goodness.
Cool. Do you think Chase is going to go down as one of the best? Look at DJ Chark. Like, I mean, that's
he did good his first year in Jacksonville. So I mean, Chase is going to go down as probably the best in LSU history. The guy is just his toughness. He doesn't fumble the ball. His route running. His just everything. His intangibles are excellent. And, you know, Jefferson is right behind him. You look at Jefferson, the other two brothers, you know, the first one, Jordan Jefferson, I don't want to talk about him in the last championship game that we played in. Jesus Christ. But that's what we had to work with.
That's true. And everybody, I was at a Bayou Bengal tailgate. Troy Fauché and those guys were cooking up some really good boudin and some other stuff that day. I remember that. We had a crawfish boil over in Holly by the Sea in Gulf Breeze. But I remember watching that game with a bunch of people. And the faces for everybody on that day, they all knew in the second go-around that this was Alabama. Like, everybody knew, like, hey, we're here, but really we have to play this team twice. And Alabama went out there. And you could tell that Alabama was the better football team. But that was, you know, that's a different team. Now, all that being said, Joe Brady has pretty much shown the blueprint of this is the offense he's running and how it's working. Ed Orgeron has shown he's doing a great job, but at one point we knew the Ed O that was going 8-4. Right. So what does LSU do to keep Brady around and make him sort of the next Brent Venables, meaning like we're not letting this guy go. We're going to pay him whatever he wants as a coordinator because he's going to get offers if he's not already getting offers when the season's over.
Oh, I'm sure. All these coaches that got fired in the NFL, Brady, they're going to pay him. They're going to pay him.
They better.
Coach O already said, we're going to keep him here. They're going to do whatever they can to keep him here because he alone changed this whole dynamics of this offense. Same receivers, same quarterback last year. Same running back last year. Bring in Joe Brady, and now you got an unstoppable offense. Like unstoppable, literally.
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
That's why you can't even – they set the blueprint of something that can't even really be argued because we saw Joe Burrow and even DJ Chark was on that team. You had Chark and these guys like Chase, and you weren't getting any offensive productivity. You can't tell me with Chark and Chase and those guys out there like Joe Burrow throwing the football with the good offensive line, 4 of the returning starters, that team couldn't put up 1 point. That team couldn't put up 1 point against anybody. And that's what I'm saying. It was a complete 180 when it came to the offense, and it is Brady who did it. Like, Edo and Esminger are like two guys walk into a bar joke kind of thing, and like Brady's the guy that's like bailing him out, but high five. Now, they all deserve credit. Like, Edo he deserves this moment. He is LSU. He bleeds purple and gold. So I love to see him have this moment. But Joe Brady is the mastermind of why this team is at this level of how good they're playing. Because they're not playing at a good level. They're playing at a great level, and it's fun to watch. We got one more segment coming back. It's Sports Drive on ESPN Pensacola and Blab TV.
It is the veteran, not the preacher, who has given us the freedom of religion.
It's the veteran, not the politician, who has given us the right to vote.
It's the veteran, not the poet, who has given us the freedom of speech.
The veteran, not the campus organizer, who has given us the freedom to assemble.
It is the veteran, not the reporter, who has given us freedom of the press.
It is the veteran, not the lawyer, who has given us the right to a fair trial.
We should all be very proud of our young men and women in the service, no matter where they serve. Thank you.
Football season never ends on Talk Football with Coach K.
Stidham is tearing it up at New England. He may well be the incumbent to Tom Brady there.
Former head coach of the Buffalo Bills, Coach K brings his expertise as he breaks down the game, the players, the coaches, and the front office. Plus, high-profile interviews from the biggest names in football. Talk Football with Coach K every weekday from noon till 1 on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 FM 99.1.
When working at a growing business, you wear many hats. The new business hat, the buying toner for the copy machine hat, the sifting through tons of resumes hat. You can throw away that last hat thanks to Indeed.com. When posting your job, Indeed lets you add screener questions that give you a less time-consuming route to your short list of qualified candidates. So go ahead, dust off that extra long lunch hat. Hiring's better when you've got your short list. Save time on hiring when you post a job on Indeed. Get started today at Indeed.com/hire.
Hello, sports fans. Miles Bentley here, General Manager at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Pensacola. Growing up, I always loved sports. Nothing but net, out of the park, through the uprights. Sink the puck Bentley, that was me. But my love of the game couldn't beat my love for Pensacola and helping folks get on the road of dreams in a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Sure, I never went to the big leagues in sport, but we're all pro here at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Proud to be in Pensacola.
I'm little teapot, short and stout.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
No, Dad, like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and pour me out.
This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
To give batters a different look, pitchers throw a changeup.
Your idea of a different look is sunglasses.
That's true. But La Quinta Inns and Suites is really taking the different look thing to a new level.
Definitely a major league makeover, starting with a bolder, brighter lobby full of comfortable spaces to let you settle in.
Or chill out in front of a big flat screen like Wingo would.
Oh, you know it. It's a changing La Quinta look to help you get in the zone and look sharp when you hit that big meeting.
Prepare to win at business with La Quinta Inns and Suites.
Book now at LQ.com.
Talk football every day with Pensacola's own Coach K.
Credit a great performance by Garoppolo. And I love the way he throws the football. He's got all the things going for him.
Every weekday, noon till 1 on ESPN Pensacola, 1330 FM 99.1. Welcome to ESPN Pensacola, 1330 FM 99.1. Pensacola's home to the best talk in sports, new and improved. We are ESPN Pensacola, 1330 and FM 99.1.
You're listening to Pensacola's home for hometown sports. ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.1 FM.
Day and night, I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind. I look for peace, but see I don't attain what I need for keeps this silly game we play. Now look at this. Madness the magnet keeps.
And welcome back, Sports Drive with you right here. Final segment, ESPN Pensacola, Blab TV. Chad Brillante alongside JP. Fred Barnett joining us tomorrow. You can get yourself some tickets starting at 10 a.m. Tropical Smoothie right there by the Cordova, right on Cordova, and Bayou right there by the movie theater. Stop on in and get yourself some free tickets to the Lending Tree Bowl between Miami, Ohio, and Lafayette, Louisiana, University of Louisiana. We know who they are. Raging Cajuns, baby. They are raging. Coach starts off that game smashing his head. Fred, you're from you know people from Lafayette. If you met a girl or anybody that says, "Hey, I'm from Lafayette," back in the day, you're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, all right." But there's gonna be that moment. Anybody that's met some people from Lafayette, they're cool people to hang out with. Right. But then there's also those moments where you're getting kicked out and your stuff's in the middle of the lawn. That's you never know. Looking right now at some of the things going on in college football, though. We talked a little bit about some of the guys that have declared early. It does look DeAndre Swift, no shock. Chase Young. Do you think Chase Young could go down as one of the best defensive ends of all time? No. That was a clear-cut answer right there.
No. I mean,
no.
You forgot about the likes of Dwight Freeney, Julius Peppers, I mean, Will Smith with the Saints, rest in peace. It's
Cam Jordan is fun to watch too. By the way,
Cam Jordan is.
He runs over people. I love watching. He makes linemen look like fools. He just pushes them over like there's not a 340-pound guy standing in front of him. I love when he just pushes these guys right out of the way.
And I'll tell you something about Cam Jordan. He's very physical on the field.
Yeah.
But I saw him one game. Matter of fact, it was the game, the Coast game, and his family was there on the sideline. He has like 3 small kids, and he was out doing his little normal pregame stretching and stuff. They come run out one by one. The little kids run out, and he has picks one up here. Picks the other one up here, and you just see this family man, this big smile. You're like, oh, it's a big teddy bear. But then in the game, he just wrecks shop and just destroys quarterbacks. That's what he does.
Saints fans, as one, what's your demeanor going into this? The family show, remember? So I'm just saying. But I mean, like after the last couple seasons, is it a confidence level, or hopefully we don't get the Vinovich crew?
I tell you, I'm all about.
Redemption.
The way things are, and this is the 10th year anniversary of our Super Bowl. It's being played in the same place that we played our Super Bowl, and the record is the same, 13-3 that we finished that same year.
Yeah.
And third time's a charm.
Yeah.
It
I
is.
would agree, yeah.
Got screwed last year, but this year is all on us.
Yes, and I'd like to collectively bring that up. JP brought this point up again, as this is the 20th anniversary of us possibly going to our 10th Super Bowl. So there you go, folks.
Shame you won't make it past this weekend.
We're not watching that game together. Or one of us is not coming back Monday. So, hey, appreciate Fred, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Get on out to Tropical Smoothie, get some tickets. And, JP, have a good week. Not your team, though. All right. Chad Brillante, God bless.
Football is here. Catch all the UWF Argos games and the big NFL games every Saturday and Sunday on Pensacola's home for hometown sports. ESPN Pensacola, 1330 AM, 99.